Hey, welcome back, folks, to another episode of Queen's Comic Party with Billy Bombs doing comic flips. So here's the second half of that box, give or take, from the first video from last week. Sorry we're late. Um, we're setting up shows. It's really getting tiresome. But here, let's start off with Fantastic Four, number 171. This is a little bit beat up copy, but for some reason, I always remember people say if you put gorillas or apes in books, they sell very well. So, especially in the 70s, they would do this a lot. Here we go. X Force Fatal Attractions, number 25. This is one of those. Actually, it comes out pretty well if you move around, hologram cover of Cable. These are really good. If you ever get one of these with a blue on it, those are like misprints, so those are worth a little bit more if you collect them. This is actually a childhood favorite of mine for some reason. Daredevil and Spider-Man in Daredevil 305 that versus the Surgeon General. For some reason, this was a book I bought off the newsstand in Borough Park, Brooklyn when I was a kid. Here's another one that has a cool, creepy cover called the... I'm not even going to pronounce that. I'm really not going to pronounce that. Silver Surfer 69. An Infinity War crossover. There's a legendary book for anybody who collects because it's a... I think it's Will Portacio cover of Uncanny X-Men number 281. I think this is right before they all left for Image. This is like the beginning of X-Men Gold, where it's Jean Grey, Storm, Colossus, Archangel. Who else was on that team? Bishop, and one other I can't remember off the top of my head. Daredevil 223. Beyond the book from Secret Wars Part 2. Check it out. Great book. See the next one. These are always my favorites. Fantastic Four, number 204. Anything with the Super Skrull. Anything with the Super Skrull. He's like one of my favorite statues in my house, so that is a great character. And I don't like this new costume, but it's a pretty cool cover. Well, this is a great cover, but like this is really piss poor drawn. Fantastic Four, number 203. Who drew this? What is up with the Thing's eyebrows? Everybody's eyebrows is destroyed in here. And then the circles all look normal, but oh, that's how they became monsters. They had my mistake. I just read if the FF became monsters. Wow, this is crazy. Just give them crazy eyebrows and they look like villains. Here's a pretty cool cover. So it makes it Kirby, but it says it's an album issue from '77. Fantastic Four 190. It's pretty cool. Let me slide this over a little bit so you get more like. Here's a great cover. Fantastic Four 182. I've never seen a 30 cents book. This might have been very short run for whatever year this is. Hold on, what's that one? That one's 190, became 35 cents. So, 8 issues. This is probably for 1 year in 1976. Here's a great cover of Daredevil. It's a great drawing. I don't know if this is an Anna Nocenti book, but this is pretty good. Daredevil 191. Here comes, I think everybody got annoyed with the last stuff because I got like some text messages about it, like Defenders. I got a lot of Defenders. Defenders number 75. The great cover of Nighthawk. Their version of Batman from Squadron Supreme. This is pretty cool. This is the Marvel Masterpiece books. People sell these for like crazy prices online, which always bug me out because they're not worth that much. These are like giveaway books from the cards, but they're so cool. Yeah. It's mostly Joe Jusko artwork. Like, check out this Kingpin. Like, these used to be like giveaway books. I don't know how people are like selling them now. Alright, Luke Cage number 1. This is the 90s version. I don't like to change the costume, but I guess, change from the 70s till now. Blade Runner number 2, which is pretty cool. I don't see those too much. I always see a Blade Runner 1, but I never saw number 2. New Mutants. What a crazy cover. What's this? Bob McLeod. Number 7. I get like stiff arm from doing this stuff. She-Hulk number 12 with the X-Men Impossibles where it's Trash Can Colossus. This is where it gets a little weird because I don't know why these go for so much bread. But Honeymooners Christmas special. But this is just a part of the 24 issue set. But it has an Art Carney interview inside, which is pretty cool because I guess this is like the 90s or late 80s. Another one, number 4 from the Honeymooners. Here's another Honeymooners, number 5. Number 6, this is a pretty good cover. This is very Spirit-esque. Oh, and this one I love. I'm going to leave this out here for a minute. It's Captain Lou Albano wrestling on the cover, which I love. That's so ridiculous. But that's comic books. It's Captain Lou Albano in The Honeymooners. And the funny part is, he was popular in Chicago. I don't remember how close it is, his career to the Honeymooner show being on, but he was a member of a wrestling group called the Black Hand, which was really a big no-no because the Black Hand is actually the Italian mafia in Sicily. And him and his tag team partner got in trouble for it and had to let that gimmick go in wrestling, especially in Chicago. Another Honeymooners comic, number 8, with the Phantom in the background. I guess it's a tribute to Batman because he has a Green Lantern's like lantern, but like Batman and well, that was a Zorro movie. This is pretty cool. This is Honeymooners with a Cyndi Lauper interview, which is pretty funny. But it's also a Mad Magazine cover. Here we go. The one everybody knows is the TV show cover in color from the black and white. Oof, Technicolor. Another one where Norton joins the Brooklyn Dodgers, which is excellent. I remember that episode because there wasn't that many, but I guess it was. This book I'm about to pull out was actually a debate with my friend. Somebody's posting these 2 books as reader copies. I wonder if these are the same ones. They're not the direct editions, but this is Tarzan with a famous cover drawn by, let me see, I wish they would post this. This is from 1984, but there's this is a famous artist who did a lot of books back in the day in VHS covers. But when you see stuff like this is direct to comic book stores. Here's number 2 with a great cover. But these are for direct comic book stores. The ones he had was like the barcode with an X through it. Alright, here we go. Another book. The artwork's a little bit off on this one, but Deadly Foes of Spider-Man. I think the whole set's in here. A little bit beat, but kind of cool. Number 2, where they're in the courthouse. Number 3, Shock Therapy. What a good cover. And number 4, these are definitely not the Sinister Six, but they're okay. Alright, here's a weird cover I didn't see before, but I just saw a Michael Turner variant cover of number 1. I'm sure this is like, they didn't do reprints back in the like 2007 and 2008. They were doing like 10 covers at a time for one issue, but not for every issue. Oh, that was later on, but this is a pretty cool cover. Michael Turner's a great penciler, and it looks cool seeing it with no color on it. A little bit stiff here. X Factor 25, great Apocalypse with Archangel cover with the other 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse. Fall of the Mutant. Here's a couple of books in a row. I don't know what these are, but I'm kind of excited by them. The official Marvel Index to the Avengers, Volume 2. I guess it's a rundown of every single character. Number 3. Number 4. I guess before Wikipedia, this is all you got. Number 5. And number 6. Somebody only bought number 1, which is super annoying. But what are you going to do? Some is a set. Honeymooners number 1. Pretty good cover where number 2 where Ralph robs him in the pizzeria with a smoking pipe. Another copy number 2. These are my favorite books. Marvel Comics Presents. This one, I'm not sure who did the cover on this one, but if you always open them up, this is going to take me a second because there's so much tape on this sucker. There's always a second cover. And this one is Hawaiian Wolverine by Al Steven. I'm not sure about him, but I just love stuff like this. Always check them out. 2 covers to every book. The later issues, which I'm about to actually pull out because I see number 165. I think that's when they start getting low print runs. If you ever try and collect these books, always check which cover you have because you might have the same book. You just got to flip it. Direct edition is straight to comic shops. You see U.S. Agent, crazy looking artwork. 172. 173. These are where you get very expensive. It ends at 175. The second to last issue of the run. 174. I don't know who the lunatic was, but he never showed up in comic books again afterwards. All right, here we go with another run that's pretty cool. Venom, Along Came a Spider. It's number 2. Just I guess people were just grabbing number 1s and stuff like that. Number 3. You know, this look. I don't know if this is like a Greg Capullo type person that's drew this, but it looks very much like Spawn, especially the early years, like Todd McFarlane. Like the cleaner version is Greg Capullo. Let's check it out. It just says breakdowns. This is a Larry Hama book. The guy who wrote G.I. Joe from almost all our lives. So that's pretty cool. But I wonder, like, because instead of saying artist, it says breakdowns, which kind of weirds me out. It's a guy named St. Pierre and McKenna. So in the corner. Pretty cool cover. These are cool. I started seeing these out when I was a kid. Uncanny Origins, where they tell you the history of a character for $1. And here we go with Spider-Man Adventures. Some people are hardcore about number 3, about collecting all of these, which is cool because it reminds you of your childhood and it's written in that fashion with the artwork. Spider-Man Adventures number 4 from Fox Kids Entertainment. Number 5, what a great Mysterio cover. Number 6, Craven. Now he gets cartoony the covers, but it's still pretty cool. Number 7. You know what the funny part is when I see it says only $1.50, it reminds me of Beavis and Butthead. I like how every issue is a different character, just like the show. Hunted by the Hobgoblin, number 11. Oh, number 2, with The Sins of the Scorpion. What a cool cover. Because it looks more comic booky than cartoony. Number 12, where he continues to fight with Hobgoblin based on a hit animated show. Some of these have Fleer Ultra Spider-Man cards inside, like 3 of them as a pack. Open them up, those are cool. The Chameleon in number 13. I don't know how long this went. Here's a really good run of Captain America that's coming out as a trade, which if I don't get some money together, I'm not going to be able to pick up these epic collections. They're becoming $50 a pop. But here we go with Captain America Fighting Chance 425. This is the series it was supposed to be like the last run, and then it was going to be canceled, but I think it lasted like 12 issues altogether and then ended at 437. Oh, this one people love to collect, which I do too, and I've seen people send this in. Skating on Thin Ice from Todd McFarlane, where it's a drug issue of Spider-Man, and he puts in the Oilers, which I guess is his favorite team because that's what's his name, Wayne Gretzky and Mark Messier's team. This is pretty cool. This is yellowed out, so it's not like a high grade copy, but it's very nice and it's good to keep. Captain America did a book, a whole 12 issues called Streets of Poison, something similar. Here we go. This one I've never seen before neither. It's called Amazing Spider-Man Double Trouble. I'm not too sure. It looks like an amusement park, but it's kind of cool. Oh, here's issue 3 of... it might be 1, 2, 3 of different things that hurt kids. Amazing Spider-Man Hit and Run with the Toronto Blue Jays. So maybe that's another Todd McFarlane. It says Jim Craig on the cover. Oh, wait, there's more. There's a whole set here. My mistake. The Amazing Spider-Man Chaos in Calgary. We're introducing Turbine, Canada's newest super sensation. Alright, now we're going to jump to Web of Spider-Man. Cyber War. This is some rough art. Sorry. Another one of Cyber War. This version of Hobgoblin's cool. I love Scarlet Spider, but I'm a little bit confused. This is with a character called Joystick. There's 2 copies of that one here. Here we jump to Scarlet Spider, where I guess now he's the Punisher. From Web Swinger to Gunslinger. It's another part of Cyber War. This artwork is rough. It's very 90s. Number 2 of Spectacular Scarlet Spider. I guess everything was called that. Alright, back to some of my favorites. Midnight Suns 163. You know my vision is going when I have to double check. Another cool one. Marvel Comics presents. I think that's Craven holding the skull of Ghost Rider. Pretty cool. There's another one. Artwork is horrendous. 164. Marvel Comics presents Vengeance, Man-Thing, and the Thing. Alright. Now we're going to get a little bit of vintage. I think these are mine that in the back I wanted to pick up originally. But what a great cover. Oh, sorry. Mighty Thor, Walt Simonson, I guess, wasn't not writing it. It's a Hercules book. What a great artwork. Oh, I'm sorry. 365. Thor 65 cent or 365 direct edition. Oh, I guess Bob McLeod again. Not too sure. Sometimes guys write Bob. Sometimes and then you have to guess which one. Batman Adventures. This is from 2003. This is Free Comic Book Day. I did not realize Free Comic Book Day went down to 2000s, but this is pretty cool. All right, here's one of my favorite covers in comics. I was actually thinking about getting it tattooed on me. If you ever see this on me, you'll know why. From week 48 from 52. Literally issue number 48. It's a spray paint version of Answer the Question. It's been Renee Montoya becomes the question. This was a key issue coming up. 52, number 23. The death of Black Adam's adopted son. And that makes him become like a madman in the story. This is what the movie's supposed to be based on. They just did a really piss poor copy of a version of that show. Looney Tunes, 2 covers. They get funnier and funnier. These were number 20 and 21. Alright, some of my favorite. Oh, this is a Daredevil book by David Mack. I thought he did the cover. It looks like it says Joe Quesada did the cover with Jimmy Palmiotti. I think. I'm sorry. Number 13. This is the Echo Run. The new TV show is coming out. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. Daredevil 212. I guess Daredevil starts working for the Kingpin, but I think this is Bullseye dressed up as Daredevil in this story. This is a pretty cool cover. The face is a little bit off, but what do you expect from Daredevil? I mean, Deadpool, I apologize. And X-Force number 47. I don't like it when they put it down here. Like this stuff, I like it better up here. That's them. Here's one for my PC. Ren and Stimpy number... Gee whiz, can you give me a number, fellas? I'm going to have to look this up. Marvel Absurd Ren and Stimpy. This might be like number 29 or something like that. Because the later issues are very short per run, but this is definitely for me. I got to put it on the side. I'm going to accidentally sell it to somebody at a comic convention. These are cool early reprints of X-Men called Amazing Adventures. The original X-Men, I think this might be like number 20. Or maybe earlier than that because it's Kirby, but like I don't remember how early. It could be like 4 or 5 for all I... No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe 6. Then another one, the X-Men in the Wild West for some reason with a circus group. These are all reprints, but these are cool to read. So if you ever want to just know what the book's about, like sometimes they don't tell you what story it is until you open it, and then you're like, oh, it's a reprint. Like this one, I think it's a reprint of number 4. You know what I mean? But it's number 10 in Amazing Adventures. 2 copies of that. Then here, like the Return of the Blob. I really have no idea what it is. They fight a lot of vampires in these early stories too, so I don't know why. This is number 13 in here. Number 2, what a cool cover. When Mutants Clash. This is the X I was talking about in some of the shops. People are like calling them reader copies, but I think this is before they planned out like how to return comic shops. You just cross them out. But this looks too straight to be somebody's marker, but... actually, I'm wrong. This one looks like a marker, but you never know. Number 3, the First Appearance of the Danger Room, I guess, in a reprint. And then the Vanisher, number 4. I think this is just a straight cover reprint. They're not even trying on this one, but it's number 4. That's it for this stuff. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and then you come back and check out our other videos. We're part of Queen's Comic Party. We call it the Bombs Way Productions because we do a lot of stuff. But if you can check us out on Instagram at Queen's Comic Party. Facebook, Queen's Comic Party, and like, subscribe, and leave a comment. I'll respond to any questions. Check out these books. Bag and board your books, but have fun with it too. Read them. I like to smell books sometimes because they always like have like an old vintage smell. What's cool is somebody traced all this stuff too. I just realized, if you can't see it in the camera, but there's a lot of outline from people drawing these characters into other stuff. That's what I used to do as a kid, so it's kind of cool seeing other books that you could totally tell art like that. And there's always oddballs out there, so enjoy them. Till next time, I'm Billy Bombs. Enjoy.